Hiya. So, we're just coming up to the end of October now, Halloween weekend, and the latest Sixer Plus Discovery Club packages has arrived from Roosters Brewery. Just a couple of observations from the last one. I know I said there were a number of Hello Dimitris that had come over the last couple of months. They're an Imperial Russian Stout. They've been finished in a variety of bourbon casks. They were really nice. You'd got that lovely sort of dark, strong stout character to all three of them. But the different bourbons that they were finished with gave them sort of a very different, distinct character. The Maker's Mark one I found very, very pleasant. I really enjoyed that. The Wild Turkey one I was a little bit less impressed with. I don't know what it was about it, but it just didn't sit overly well with me. Don't get me wrong, really nice beer. It was really, really pleasant to sort of sit and drink. 12%, it's one of the ones that you really need to drink it by the wine glass. And there was just something about that particular one. The other two, absolutely gorgeous. They were really nice. But that one, it just didn't do it for me. But there we go. It is what it is. We all have different tastes in beers, and we all have different tastes in spirits. That one just wasn't one for me. Anyway, so on to this month's Discovery Club. So as usual, there's the flyer that comes with it. They're actually selling charity Christmas cards and gift wrap. So if you want to have a look at that, it's for the Harrogate Easier Living project. Always worth giving a little bit to charity when it comes to this time of year, isn't it? I'm just getting some gift wrap and some Christmas cards, really. It's going to help out. You can buy them at the web shop, so roosters.co.uk/shop, or there's the tap room, of course. So yeah, let's go through what we've got in here. Starting off, every time with the get rid of this packaging paper. But every time with the Roosters Sixers Discovery Club, you get a sixer pack. So you get in 6 cans, 6 reasonable sized cans of one of their brews. This time round, it's Roots Rock and Reggae. So that's an IPA, grapefruit and pineapple IPA, coming in at 6.4%. They've been using Admiral, Cascade, Summit, Nelson Sauvin hops. And the Centennial and Nelson Sauvin dry hopping during fermentation to take it that little bit further. But we've also got fresh pineapple and fresh grapefruit goes into the mash. So that we've got pineapple juice, grapefruit juice, and grapefruit zest that's gone into the mash. So pina colada beer. Of course, there's no coconut in it, is there? It's just all right, lilt beer then. So it's an IPA. I'll give that one a try shortly and see what it turns out like. So that brings us on to the other contents of the box. First off, double assassin. So baby-faced assassin is one of the sort of landmark brews that Roosters produce. It's a classic sort of American style IPA. Now this one, it's a double IPA, so Assassin is the IPA, double IPA, 8% ABV. So everything's just turned up, as they say. So you've got 100% Citra hops in there. So you're going to get that tropical fruit, you're going to get the pineapple-y sort of flavour to it, citrusy sort of grapefruit and pineapple. So interesting to compare it with a beer that's actually got grapefruit and pineapple added to it. We'll see where we get to with that one. It is a beer I've had before and I really did quite enjoy it. Next, 1,000 Yard Stare. So this was the beer that was in the Discovery pack recently. It's 5.4% APA. It's hazy. Again, we're looking at the sort of fairly typical tropical fruits, the pineapple and the citrus flavour from the hops. But yeah, I'll give that one another go. I did enjoy the 6-packer that we got last time round. Next, First World Problems, a salted caramel stout at 4.5%. So again, I think we're seeing a lot more of this type of brewing in some of the local breweries around the Harrogate area. They're brewing stouts and they're adding in caramel, chocolate, coffee during the mashing process, and it's bringing out a different character in these drinks. It does make it a much more rounded stout. You're moving away from the sort of, I hate to say run of the mill Guinness, but you know it is something away from the norm when it comes to a stout. And I think stout with that the dark malt that's used in the chocolate malt that's used in the brewing of it, it can take these fairly robust flavours. It can take that chocolatiness, that caramel flavour, and I think it adds to the roundness. Of course, milk stout traditionally was a stout that was brewed with lactose added to it, so it left that sweetness at the back of it. So stout is a beer that can take a sweetness at the end of the finish, certainly much more so than you would expect in an IPA or a bitter. So yeah, these caramel characters to some of the stouts are really worth seeking out. So yeah, there's another one to give a go. First World Problems, salted caramel stout. Next, the Diddy Can, and that's Yankee. So Yankees, Roosters, it's one of their classic pale ales. It's been something that they've brewed for as long as I've known the brewery, and that's quite some time. So again, we're using the American style hops and a pale crystal malt. It's a really nice pale ale, but I guess small can. I'll go through the tasting of that one a little bit later on in a couple of days' time. This is the difficulty I'm finding with this. They're arriving at such a regular interval that I find it difficult to get through all of them without sort of sitting and getting hammered one night. And we don't want to go down that route. Right, so the next one, we've got a lower gravity, 3.6, Go Backer, a Vermont style session IPA. So soft and hazy Vermont session IPA, layered fresh fruit flavours on top of a sweet malty backbone. We'll wait and see. Again, we're looking at a different character. So looking at the American style IPAs, you've got the East Coast IPAs, you've got the New England style IPAs, you've got the West Coast IPAs, and Vermont. I think Vermont's going to be more of a New England style, really, isn't it? It's in that New England area of the US, unless my geography's gone completely up the Swanee. And then 2 cans of Go Backer, can't be bad. Right, so that brings us on to the limited editions in the box. So we always get these Discovery Club specials in the box, and the last few boxes we've had the Hello Dimitri, the Russian style stout. What we've got this time now, we've got an Imperial Rye IPA, and it's literally called Imperial Rye IPA. And it's down as a Discovery Club exclusive. What do we say about it? Autumnal treat just for Discovery Club members. So you're going to have to take my word on the tastings for this. You're not going to be able to go and buy it at the tap room. Do we have any sort of difference between the two? Now they're both exactly the same sort of labelling. It says 3 units per bottle. They're not huge bottles. 8.3% ABV. So into the mash they've added rye. So rather than malted barley, we've got a separate style of grain in there. You do see wheat and other grains used in some brews. I've seen oatmeal used very effectively in stouts. An oatmeal stout, it adds a roundness to it. I quite like rye bread. There's a sourness that you get to rye bread, but again, and that's probably because it's a sourdough type, fermentation when they're making that rye bread. Yeah, we'll see what this one turns out at. 8.3% ABV. It's going to be a sipping beer rather than a quaffing beer. But there we go. That's the October offering from Roosters Brewery. I look forward to getting a tasting of some of these. I'll probably try one or two of them a little bit later on this evening and just grab a little bit of video of that to see where we go. And there we are. And I'm going to have to say thank you very much to my helper this evening, the dog, who's been cuddled up to me all the way through this. He's been on his own a little bit today. We've been out for the day and come back, and he's a little bit needy since we've got back in. But yeah, there we are. Right, catch you in the next video. Cheers.